I just showed you hundreds of thousands of dollars in ad spend. I just showed you the ad creatives, how I built it, how I scaled from zero to 30 grand a day, right? $500,000 a month. I showed it all to you. I didn't hold any. I even showed you the business names. I'm not blurring nothing out. There's no need, okay? Because this is authentic, raw value. I showed you how I scaled them. I showed you how I structured my ads inside the ad groups. All right. I showed you how I structured my manual bid campaigns, how I A and B tested my auto bid and my manual bids, right? How I gamed the system with running multiple products that are in the same niche, my competitor versus mine, and selling both of them and doing. I gave you so much game right here. Okay. Subscribe. There is more to come. Okay. It's Dro. Undeniable proof. This is my experience. This is one of my ad accounts. I'm gonna take you through several of my ad accounts. Millions generated. Welcome. This is Andro. Dro is what they call me. This is my little case study. One of them, anyways, for one of the brands that I ran. Millions generated through this ad account. Actually, there's multiple. This isn't just the $131,979. There is several of these ad accounts within this business manager. So this is just one of them. I have another one with over 100,000 spent. Another one with 100,000 spent. As you can see, I have a lot here with under 100 grand, over 100 grand spent. Right, made a lot of money on this ad account. Beautiful, and I'm gonna just give you a little rundown on some of it. Right, pretty cool. This is what I love to do. This is the nitty gritty, bro. This thing is gonna be, this camera here is gonna be moving around, but sit with me. If you don't have the attention span to sit through this and learn some shit, and you want to get rich, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sitting here at my pool right now. Like, life, life is incredible. Let me show you. Let me show you. I mean, I can't really. I'm kind of connected on a charger right now. But I got the pool table behind me. It's nice, man. Right? So nitty gritty. This is for a brand that I ran. This is a home personal brand niche. I'll show you everything about it. I don't even care. Because this is something that's, not my company. I'm not selling it anymore. No big deal, right? Made millions for this brand. I sold several different types of shower heads. You've seen them. I don't want to hear anybody say that it was them who did it. It was your boy. It was your boy Dro. I ran these up, and this is the proof right here. I'm taking that. Okay, I'll show you the numbers here. All these accounts are for the shower heads with the mineral stones in them. Um, the vortex, which was like the gold. I'll show you the ads right now. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Check it out. So let me just go. Look, we'll go into this one right here. 67,000 spent, 58 cent cost per click, 566 CPM. The impressions in total, 25 million. I think in total I did about half a billion impressions for this brand. Just this ad account I think was responsible for maybe 200 million or something like that. But in total, it was about 500 or 600 million impressions total for this, right? That I tracked, anyways. Outside of that, like organic, maybe it was more. I know people are still selling this product, but you're not gonna. I was getting cost per acquisitions at like 90 cents. There's nobody's doing any of that right now with this product anymore, right? So we're gonna take a look at. No, I want to edit. We want to open it. Yeah, this is. I don't even refresh checks or any. Who cares about none of that shit? Isn't. This is right in front of your face. I'm clicking everything. I can edit these as you just saw. It's loading. Move my camera around. Let's go full screen so you guys can see some. Right? So I'm out of the screen, but I'm still here. Okay, I'm still here. We're gonna go into what the ads are. This one is for the vortex. Okay. So you know what? Let me just. So this is the creative. I know you guys have probably seen this. If not, whatever. Let's
This
take a
thing
watch.
is amazing. Not only does it double your water pressure, which feels amazing by the way, but as you can see, it legitimately filters and enriches your water's pH level, which will begin improving your skin and hair within the first week. I myself noticed a huge difference, so I bought everyone in my family one and they all love it. It's called the Vortex by the Clearwater Company, and they're doing a 50% off sale right now, so get one before it ends.
All right, what do we learn about that video, right? Straight to the point. I'm not making any weird fake TikTok trying to get some people's attention by using some gimmicky tactic, right? First and foremost, straight to the point. The video is what, 20, 30 seconds? I show you what it is immediately. You immediately scroll, they hit the video, they see exactly what it is, so they immediately have the choice to validate themselves as a customer in the eyes of TikTok, right? So if they scroll, TikTok immediately knows they don't like it. There's no wasting of the time, right? If they stay, this thing is amazing. Well, what's amazing? It's a crazy looking shower head. Nobody's seen a shower head like this. Look, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel here for any of the products we sell, right? We're not reinventing the wheel. What we're doing is finding something that everybody already uses on a day-to-day basis, and we're innovating it, right? People do something every day that they don't know how to innovate or they never thought. It's like a rubber band, you know? That's why, like, silly bands back in the day. If you remember those, if you're in my age group, I'm not old, but I'm 27, right? So silly bands. Kids used to wear rubber bands on their wrists all day long. Little girls would take them off, roll them on there. Someone created silly bands, which is just a random, stupid, innovative switch up on rubber bands, dude, and made millions, tens of millions of dollars off of that, which are just animal shaped rubber bands. Right? So when you set them on the table, they just go into the shape of an elephant or a zebra or something. That's what we do. This was a shower head where everyone showers. Everyone already spends money on showers. Every single person indiscriminately takes a shower. Everybody. Minus a few people, right? Well, we don't need to talk about that, right? That's not our target audience. You understand? So, the point behind this is that add a wow factor to something that's already sellable, right? Or find the wow factor or find the innovative it factor about it. Find the angle that you can market it behind. It can be something incredibly saturated. When I sold this was already being sold for a year, 2 years. The whole shower head idea, I got it from someone else because everything I teach my students, anything I teach anybody that I mentor is good artists copy, great artists steal. But when I say that, I say it in a, oh, you hear the pops and bangs. I say it in a manner of you find what's working in the marketplace. And then you don't necessarily steal, but you see what their videos are doing. You see what videos are making them the sales. You see exactly, you reverse engineer their money, your competitor, your competition, right? See how they're making the money, their website, their ads, their copywriting, even the content, the actors, the quality of images, like all the way, even like the checkout process. Do they have pop-ups? Are they scamming? Reviews, like you analyze everything. And if you can level every single one of those things up, why wouldn't you win, right? It really comes down to the content and the offer, right? If let's say your competitor is doing everything right, but you see, man, for some reason, these like I know you see it all the time. People are making money and you have no idea why because their ads are ridiculous. They look ridiculous. They're stupid. They don't make no sense. But some way, somehow, they convert to this crappy website, and this website is making money, right? And you're trying to step in, and for some reason, your ads don't work. And it's just because of what I'm explaining here, right? As someone, I'll take you through another ad account. Let me get off of this, right? It's not that hard, man. I've done this over 10 times, maybe 20, right? Generated 8 figures. Generated. I'm not saying that's profit in my pocket, right? Let's just say profit is, no, let's not even talk about that. Profit's okay, right? Oh, wrong account. Project Shopify, no. Pixel Maker. Did not use this account. But yeah, as I said before, these accounts are suspended because I was trying to circumvent how much money they were letting me spend. So I'm trying to spend, 20, 30, 50,000 a day. And let's say they're only letting me spend 10 or 15 on one account. So I was spending 10 or 15 on 2 or 3 accounts, which is working for a while until it doesn't work. And then, like, what's the saying? Shit works. Shit works until you get punched in the face or something like that, something along those lines, right? So I'm like thinking everything is cool until TikTok gives me the smack. So let's get into this account, right? Same, as I told you, I was circumventing the system. So this is the same ad account or same product, different ad account. Obviously, 100,000 has been spent on this account in its lifetime, right? I just clicked the lifetime button. Um, and let's like this is what else do I need to show you? You know what I mean? There's not. I don't even. I'm not a guy who likes to brag or boast. I just thought, hey, I'm starting this channel. I want these people to subscribe. I might as well just open up an ad account and just prove everything without needing to say nothing. 100 grand spent. It's profitable. I don't even need to. You can just look. $7 CPMs. I'll open these up. 1,000 conversions on this one. So 35,000 spent. $1,100 in conversions. $31 cost per purchase. Keep in mind, none of this is probably about halfway accurate, right? As far as what's being tracked on TikTok. If you know, you know. If you don't, I don't care to prove myself to you. Right? Click it. Let's go in. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm doing this for y'all. Right? Let's learn. It's just free game, y'all. You can see the ads. I'm the voice actor on these ads. I made these ads. I didn't even make the content. I didn't even make the content. I just edited them. I did the voice acting. I did the copywriting, made the websites, all that shit. But I didn't record these video ads. At first, anyways. But when you do it correctly, I did it so accurately with the first run of ads that I did. You know what? Let me explain that and then we'll get into how I ran these ads, right? But it comes down to your creative. If you have the best creative of all time that you could possibly create and you're not listening to the lazy drop shipping guru methods that people are trying to teach, where they're saying you can just rip content, take it from TikTok shop, put it on Facebook or vice versa. If you're listening to the lazy guru knowledge, man, you're not giving yourself the best opportunity for success. Success is when preparation meets opportunity, okay? Preparation and opportunity equals success. And if you're not even fully preparing and if you're just half-assing it creative because you don't want to spend more than a day launching something. Look, I'm at a point now where I've been doing this 10 years and I'm showing you my ad accounts where I've spent hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars. I can get a store up in hours, okay? But that's because I know exactly what the copywriting, exactly how to set it up. I have all my tools in place. I can just click boom, 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 certain buttons, have AI do half of the work for me. I fill in the blanks. But if you're not there, then you need to sit down, just like how I did when I was doing these numbers here. I was sat down, just like as you're doing, watching this, learning. And I figured out for, I believe, a week before I launched my first TikTok ad, how are my creatives going to be structured? Because I'm coming from Facebook ads, right? When I am coming to TikTok in this aspect, this is 2021, right? So I'm saying, how am I going to make these videos? I already know that a Facebook style video isn't going to work on TikTok, right? Now look at this. My strategy here, this works on TikTok, this works on Facebook, right? This strategy I took from Facebook, brought it over to TT. You feel me? And it still works on both of them. This is a killer method. Now I have new methods on top of this to like bring cost per clicks down, and your CPMs, and just get way more leads and customers in general. But we'll talk about this for now, right? And this, I'm stacking ad groups and I'm surf scaling daily to the moon like you have never seen before. So this is one of the small accounts that I'm taking you inside. This is one ad group inside of the campaign, or I mean, one campaign, right? This is one campaign inside of the ad account. And the way I would start it is, let's say I would start day one, where I would start each campaign with maybe 10 to 20 manual ABOs, right? So they'll all be either like a 77 or a 33 decimal point, and then I'll do a 1333, 1433, like each one of these. So this one will be 1343, 14, 15, 1633, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, all with 21, 33, 22, 33, or 77 cents, right? 33 cents or 77 cents. It's just, I don't need to get a course or something. Maybe I'll teach you how to do that, right? But I'm just giving you, that's what I do, right? You can figure out why later on. I didn't spend all this money and do millions for me to just absolutely tell you everything I've absolutely had to teach myself for free. Okay? I'm not even, you're like, dude, if you make so much money with running ads, why can't you just, bro, really? If you spent 10 years and you spent $10 million teaching yourself, struggling, going through the mud, bro, why? Why would you? Why would you? Why would you just take hours out of your life, hours, to give something to someone who you don't even know if they're going to put the time and effort into it? You don't even really know them, you know? You're just doing this for the betterment of like society and yourself. It's a mutually beneficial thing. If it's not mutually beneficial, then how do you know that I have your best interest in heart if you just want shit for free, right? If I'm incentivized and I know you're incentivized, then we have a relationship. That's a business relationship. Okay? Moving forward, we're not even going to talk about that again, right? So I don't even know what I'm selling, who I'm selling, how I'm selling, how much it costs. But I know that some ain't going to be free. And I'm showing you this to know that whatever it is going to be worth it. Because I got more of this shit. I got years of this. This is going to be a long video, like I said. I started out in that surf scanning manner like I just explained. 13, 14. I started it out with 10. At the time, they would only let you launch 10 at a time. So I would start with 10, and then I duplicate it in batches of 10. But the way I would start it is I would create a campaign. I would create one ad group with a 1333, put all my ads inside the ad group. So the best ad situation that I ever found, and I'll explain it to you now. The best ad setup. You know what? I'll go to one of the bigger ad accounts. What was the one that I showed you first? 131,000. This one was like 98,000. Oh well, I mean these ads have 40 grand spent on it. I want to show you something bigger. Is this set up? Oh, this is set up perfectly, so I don't even have to. Okay. So the best way that I found to set up my ads was I had three competitive versions of my products on my store. So I identified that if I were to sell one version of this item, there's another one in the marketplace that like people might be thinking about, right? That's currently, because I told you this was a saturated product, right? And this is how I combated that. I sold my version, my innovative pick, the one that I chose. Like, oh, I want to sell the shower heads are working. I'm going to sell the shower heads, right? So I found one that I want to sell based on it has cool features and it has a wow factor, blah, 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 right? That's the gold fan, right? Then you have the one with the mineral stones in it, which was already pre-existing in the marketplace and was my competition. So I started selling that one as well. I leveled up everything the competition was doing. Just everything. Point blank period. I don't need to explain it. Everything. Absolutely everything. And then I duplicated the same high degree onto the same thing, right? For the spinny fan, the vortex one right here, right? I had a third one. Fucking couldn't remember what the third one is right now. It's not in these ads, obviously. It's just these two, and so that's what we're going to talk about. But it was always the two products, whatever it was, the main and the competitor. I sold both of them. I positioned myself as the authority. Like I was already selling the other one to begin with, and whoever you've seen selling it is some knockoff. But hey, it doesn't matter because I got the new innovative one here anyway. So come buy this, right? So it would work either way, right? And the way it would work with the ads is the magic, because let's say someone's seeing this video, which I'll show you in a second. Let's say someone's seeing the other video with the mineral stone with the other competitive product. And they wrote it off in their head already. Like, I don't want to buy that. Or maybe they decided, oh, I'll buy that later. Okay, well, I slide in, boom, that's the option, right? But if they decided they don't want to buy it, Well, then they're going to get hit with my Vortex ad, right? And it allows the ads, it allows TikTok to truly, it's not just like having different creatives for the same product. I have two of the same niche. I'm in the same niche selling the same thing, but two different versions of it. Two completely different versions of it. That's way more powerful. You get what I'm saying? So now we're going to watch the video. Nope,
This thing is. I just learned that everybody's water actually has mold, chemicals, and bacteria that cause acne and hair problems. So I got this shower head from the Clear Water Company, and it honestly made my skin and hair so much softer, it's no joke. And it doubled my water pressure, so that's a huge plus. It's got 3 shower settings and a stop button, but I think the best thing about it is the way the water feels. It's like a misty rain that's emphasized by the increased water pressure. They have amazing reviews, so I figured I'd give it a try since they have a money-back guarantee. But my girl loves it, and I highly recommend
These
it.
are
So I
all
thought I'd
real
share it with the
reviews
world.
at this point.
Right now it's 50% off, so go grab one and see for yourself.
At this point, I was doing custom content. It, you know, once you see something's working, like I'll show you, I'll even go to day one. I'll show you day one of me running the ads and how I scaled them on day 2, 3, 4, the first week. I started out like everybody else, bro. $100 a day, man. This is practical information. I started out just like everybody else, bro. Everything I'm just telling, all this information I'm telling you, I did all of that and started with $100 a day and scaled it up to 30 grand a day within a month. And I can prove it to you right here. I'm showing you, and I can show you. I'll show you. It's, bro, I don't want you listening to any of these people telling you, trying to sell you a dream on buy my course about doing this, that, and the third, and they've never, I'm not gonna name no names, but some of the biggest guys got into this business selling courses and they never scaled any of their own businesses. All of their experience is just from signing clients and doing like a marketing agency or something, which is fine because at this point they're experienced and they have tons of knowledge, right? I'm just pointing out the difference, bro. I'm here, what, you're here, I got like 2 subscribers, 3 subscribers, and I'm showing you hundreds of thousands of dollars spent real time in my ad account, bro, showing you the videos, the website, the videos, bro. The one thing nobody shows you, dog, or tells you about because they're too scared that you're gonna come in and step on your toes. Well, maybe they should be because you got a guy like me over here getting rich in the fucking background, bro. You see my channel? You see what I'm showing you? No YouTube videos. It's 1:20 in the morning right now, and I'm at my pool working. Let me see. I think this is the first account. That's why I was looking for this one. So we're gonna go to the very first day. Go all the way back. I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm gonna tell you a story about how my life got turned way upside down. Some shit like that, right? August 3rd, September, August, June, July. August. Wow, yeah, this is the first account. Wow. August 2021. Let's see. August 3rd, 2021. It was this account and the first one that I showed you that were the first ones on most of my accounts anyways. It depends on how it performs. So, wow. Wow. I know you see this. $390 spent on day 1. Pretty sure I was capped on my spending. I think that's why it's such a perfect round number at 390. 390 spent, 31 cents per click, $2 CPM, 47 conversions. Let's dig deeper, shall we? So let me get a grasp of what we got going on here before I start explaining, right? Auto bid, broad manual. Okay. Yes, of course. So, of course, I'm going to cross test what I do. So on this one, yeah, I did start with $100 a day. It was $50 a day each on each campaign, right? So I was cross testing whether or not my manual bid or an automatic bid is going to work, right? As you can see, auto bid, broad, manual bid. Both of these, oh, well, on this one I did interest in countries, and on this one I just did straight broad. At the time, I didn't know, which I know now. Broad is just going to do better most of the time, anyways. But it's interesting that I went with auto bid with the interest in the countries. It's interesting that that worked more with this. You see the CPM? That's kind of insane. So let's dig into that, huh? Usually the manual bids work better. So I guess on day one, the auto bids worked better. And I just leaned into that. But the main bulk of this brand was me doing manual bids, right? So this was just day one where I didn't really know much about, like I said, this was me, my first time. This is my my first day on TikTok ads. This is what you're looking at. So we're going to walk through the next week, but this is my first day on TikTok ads. So you're looking at me cross test manual bid versus automatic bid. Day one was automatic, right? So boom. 60 cent. These are just basic metrics, honestly. I started getting way better metrics once I started getting the groove of how TikTok ads work in comparison to Facebook ads. And then that's when I started getting 1 cent, 2 cent cost per clicks with I can show it to you, which is beautiful. I don't have to, nobody can say that, I don't think. I don't know if anybody can say that, but I'll find the days where, yes, I found the unlock, and I was 5 cent cost per click, 4 cent, CPM's under $1, cost per acquisition's under $1. So I'll show you. And I've done this across the board. Right? Let's just go through the days. There's no point. I already showed you with the videos, the products. Let's start going through the progress. So let's start going through the progress day by day, right? So this is the first ad account. I showed you a few ad accounts that I have, but this is the first one that I started running. This is day one, $390 spent. Cross-testing the auto bid versus the manual bid. Now we're going to go to day two. And if you need to speed the video up, be my guest. I usually speed it up to 1.25 anyways. Day two. Okay. 914. We're just going through day by day. I'm not even 114 conversions, $8 cost per conversion. And I just want you to, I'm going to go into the ads so you can see that this is exactly what I was telling you I was doing, right? So this was my competitor's product, right? So I had the competition, the one that if these will load, as you already saw a moment ago though, let me, if this will load there we go. So I had the Vortex, the spinny fan, gold spinny fan, and then I had the other one with the mineral stones in it, and I had them running side by side, right? I had the gold spinny fan had different colors and stuff. Yeah, cool, okay. But what you're seeing right here is not me. This is the ad platform seeing that, oh, these videos are performing better today, so they're pumping all the money, right? As time goes on, as this saturates without me needing to change anything because I already prepared it on the front end, as these videos saturate, it starts kicking it over to these videos, right? Then these start performing and whatnot. So let's go back to campaign and go back through the days, right? So day 4, we're at 15 a day, 1,500 a day. We're just moving through it. 90 conversions, 1,500 spent. This is cool to see myself. I usually don't go back and look at my brands like this, so just to sit here and, All right, so now we're sitting at about $1,000 a day. Now at this point, what you're seeing is the fact that, once you start scaling, you got to be ready for the cash flow. So I don't even have cash flow set up properly for this. I have enough money. I have however much money I have in my bank account, and I can only spend as much money as fast as Shopify payments is paying me, right? And this is before any payment thresholds, because once I start hitting what you're going to see, at this point I'm spending $1,000 a day, right? So at this point I'm making 5, 6, 7 grand a day, right? So I'm dealing with, or soon maybe it's right now because my spend is dropping. Let's go to the next day. Soon I'm dealing with payment processing holds, right? Or reserves, or just flat out, right, we won't work with you from like PayPal. You know what I mean? So, yep, 900 a day. So right now I'm definitely dealing with payment holds and whatnot, but the unlock comes shortly. it's this account or whatever account, but I was doing some thousands a day, maintaining for a little bit. 800, okay, so we're scaling down, we're managing, right? let's go to, let's skip up to the next week, maybe once we get paid from Shopify, right? There you go. So that next Monday hits, we get paid from Shopify after the weekend, and we're running our ads again. 2,600 spent. So this is when I start hitting the unlock. Okay, this is once I start running my manual bids. $3 CPMs, $1.64. Mind you, on this day I spent 260 or 2,600 with the $3 CPM overall. Okay, the average order value on this is probably about $59, $56 or $59, right? And then on top of that, I have the back end. I have SMS, I have email, I have a whole bunch of stuff working for me, right? And then I have post-purchase upsells as well. So this is just on the front end. At this point, I'm printing cash. 2,600 a day. I'm doing 12 to 15,000 a day, right? The ROASs were insane. Now, if I open up some of these, let me see. I was spending the most on this one. Yep. Staying true to what I was telling you earlier, right? Staying true and authentic to what I was saying earlier. I start them out. All of these, as I was scaling this budget amount, like on the thing would get higher. And also the woman, what you're seeing here is that I did the voiceovers for all of the videos, and I was getting a lot of comments from women saying just a lot of stuff about the voice. Oh my God, I love it, blah, 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 right? So my ads were just converting really well with women. So the first thing I did, obviously, as a marketer, is I didn't really care. I kept making more videos with my voice, and I'd be in that sleepy, like, yeah, this thing is amazing. Like you feel me? You feel me? Like I'd be just putting it on, putting the aura on, making the ads work. You feel me? And I was, as you can see, it was paying off. I'm getting 20, 30 cent cost per clicks, and this is consistent across the board, as you can see, at scale. 800 in this one ad group, just one, or one campaign. I mean, right? And we start, yep, and you start seeing the ridiculously low cost per clicks. Now, what I would do, let's get into the nitty gritty on how I would scale these, right? So let's say I launch one campaign, one ad group, and it, as you can see, I start them all out at the same number. Well, at this time, that's what I was doing. Then the theory and the strategy evolved. So I'm telling you what I did, and I'm also telling you how things have evolved since then and what I'm doing now and stuff like that, right? But at this time, I was just balls to the wall. I found a manual bid that works, which is still what I do now in a degree, right? So in this 1477, boom, 10 ad groups in this one campaign. All of the bids are at 1477 with $50 budgets, right? What I'll do is I'll launch them. TikTok will start to spend. Let's say one of them gets a sale. I don't even hesitate. I go to this one right here. This one gets a sale. I hit the duplicate button. Let me move this. I hit the duplicate button, which is invisible, but it's right here. I know it is. Yep, duplicate. You click that. I duplicate it 10 times for the same budget, right? 1477, 10 more. I don't change nothing. I leave it in the same ad account, same campaign. Don't change any of the ads. Don't change the budget. Don't change the bid. But I mean, the only thing I would do is I would set the scheduled time to run an hour earlier than whatever time it currently is. So right now it's 1:35 a.m. If I was running let's say it's at 8 a.m. If it was 8 a.m. right now and I was launching my ads right now and it says scheduled time to post, instead of not touching it, I would click on it and then I would scroll up. I would set the time to launch at 7 a.m. Even though 7 a.m. is already passed, and they might have patched this. I know, no, they didn't patch it because I still fucking do it. I did it last week. So I would set the launch time to be an hour or two earlier than whatever current time it was. So if it's 8 a.m., I'll set it for 6 a.m. and it would just spool out the ads way faster. It still works on TikTok. You're welcome. Okay, you can do that. So what I would do is I would launch the campaign with the 10 ad groups. I'd set all the launch times to be an hour or two sooner. And I guess the system will think that the ad hasn't been pushed out yet. It's late. It was glitching, whatever. So it launches them. Whatever one gets a sale first. So the way I'll do it now is 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, like I explained. Whichever bid is spending and gets a sale first, I'll click that one, duplicate it 10 more times, and I don't change the bid because that's the bid that was spending and got the sale. You get what I'm saying? The next one that gets a sale, I click that one, click it 10 more times. That's how you see me scale from fucking zero to 30 grand a day in a matter of 2 weeks, right? That's really how that works. Is you got to be, one, confident in what you're doing. Two, only spending money when it's giving you money. Okay, let me pause on that one. And three, you can't be scared to spend the money. Okay. Now, honestly, I could do this all night. I have ad accounts on ad accounts. This has been almost an hour long, and I barely even scratched the surface of what I was trying to do, but this is getting late. So, listen, subscribe. I just showed you hundreds of thousands of dollars in ad spend. I just showed you the ad creatives, how I built it, how I scaled from zero to 30 grand a day, right? $500,000 a month. I showed it all to you. I didn't hold any, I even showed you the business names. I'm not blurring nothing out. There's no need, okay? Because this is authentic, raw value. I showed you how I scaled them. I showed you how I structured my ads inside the ad groups, all right? I showed you how I structured my manual bid campaigns, how I A and B tested my auto bid and my manual bids, right? How I gamed the system with running multiple products that are in the same niche, my competitor versus mine, and selling both of them and doing. I gave you so much game right here, okay? Subscribe. There is more to come, okay? It's Dro.